Well, hey everybody, I'm Steve Montelli. Today, a new Bellroy. I haven't had a Bellroy on in about 3 months now. This is the new Highline wallet. Now, to give you a little history of how the Highline, I think, came about, the Highline is basically a slimmed down version of the note sleeve. If you look at it on the Bellroy site, they're basically about the same dimensions, same size, but what it's lacking here on this wallet is that there's no card slot underneath to put cards into, and on the note sleeve there's two slots on one side and just the one slot on the other side. Now, when I went back and watched the video for the note sleeve, and this was back in, man, 2012. I was really unhappy with the note sleeve. And when I watched the video, I see why. It was really thick. Now, what's really started to impress me about Bellroy in the last year or so, and I think it may have started earlier than that, was they've started taking the linings out of a lot of their wallets. And that was really a big problem for me, especially on the note sleeve. When I showed the side view of the note sleeve full of cards, back then I had 8 cards in it and I don't know, 5 or 6 bills. Now, you might say, well, you shouldn't put so many cards in a tiny wallet like that. And yeah, you may be right. But that's what I was doing back then. And you'd think that a wallet could take 8 cards, but it was horribly thick. Now, that said, Bellroy has really improved the thinness of their wallets. Uh, I've been very impressed with the stuff they've been putting out lately. And this is, like I say, basically a slim down. This is a scrap to the bone, I think, note sleeve. Does everything the note sleeve does without this under the under the lip card thing here. Now, this one I was kind of surprised when I got it, and there's still some lining in it. Okay, I thought they'd taken the lining out of everything. Now, I also got to say, I keep having caveats to all this, don't I? That there's not much to this lining. And this is the only lining in the wallet, just on this side here and this side right here. And this side here, the lining actually creates this pocket. And if you look down inside of there's no lining. You see how that's black down in there? It may be a lining, but whatever it is, it's so thin and it's stuck to the leather. It doesn't feel like a leather, but there's really minimal lining in this nowadays. Still got a pocket on the inside here, a pocket on the inside there, cash pocket, a slot there, and a slot there. That's the whole wallet. And as usual, Bellroy does a great job of machine stitching these wallets. I mean, it's always a flawless thing. I really can't say good enough stuff about the way Bellroy has gotten rid of the lining and really eliminated the thickness from a lot of these things. Now, in my other review, in the note sleeve review from 2012, it was really, man, it was kind of an embarrassment. It was really a bad thing. Back then, I was buying all these wallets. I mean, I was paying, $90 a pop for Bellroy wallets. And what I did, it was so thick that I decided that a good thing to do was going to be to take the pull tab out of it that was right down in here, as is on the slim sleeves. And the Bellroy still got the note sleeve. I decided this pull tab was causing me aggravation, so I took it out. Okay, so far so good. But what I did back then was I created a big rip right down in here on the note sleeve. And you can go back to that video. Just type note sleeve into the YouTube search right on my site, and it'll bring up that video. I really messed that wallet up bad, and I didn't know how to sew anything. I didn't know anybody that had a sewing machine that could do leather. I so I glued it. Oh my God, it was just a disaster. I destroyed a $90 wallet. Anyway, you can go back and check that out because it's really kind of funny to watch at this point. But this is the new Bellroy Highline, and I said, hey, you know what? I really like the blue one. So Mari from Bellroy, who does their press, sent me out a blue one. I really think it's a rich color. Um, you know, it might be a color that's kind of polarizing for people, but I like it. It's not a color that I've ever had before. Very nice. Let's stick some cards and some cash in here and see if I don't, blow out an aneurysm if it's thick. But you know what? I pre-did it with my own stuff, and it's pretty thin. Okay, so I'm going to use these white cards. I'm going to put one card in here, like I should, and I'm going to put one card in there, like I should. Now, let's stick some other cards down in these. So a couple of cards can go in there, and I'll stick one card in here if I can do that. So this is okay. This is 5 cards. Now these are not raised letter cards. Keep that in mind. But when you look at it from the top, it's pretty thin. And when you go back and look at the other note sleeve video, I mean, that thing was powerful, shall we say, or overweight, one of the two. But this is actually pretty thin. I mean, this is doable. Obviously, I have learned over the years that if you're going to stack all these pieces of leather together, you're going to get a little thickness. But it thins down a lot from the top to the bottom here. You know what? I am going to stick one more card in this side so it's all even. If I can find what I did with those cards. There they are. So let's put another card in here. And we'll say this is now 6 cards. 2, 4, 6. And let's take 6 bills and put 6 bills in here. Now, Bellroy seems to make a statement with this that it's for those who want to hold their bills flat. Well, I don't know. You know what? It looks like a bifold to me. But the bills do not have to be quartered. In many wallets, I turn the bills, and fold them once. I like that, and I can even live with the quartering nowadays. But there you go. Okay, this is with it overloaded by one card than what I carry nowadays. Okay, so I'm going to take the card back out. I want it to represent what I do. So I'm doing 5 cards now. So there you go. That's the thickness with 6 bills in it and 5 cards. Keep in mind no raised lettering on the cards, but that's okay. That's about as thin as the note sleeve hybrid here is going to get. Really, that's what this is. This is a stripped down note sleeve, and I certainly appreciate the effort that Bellroy took to get rid of some of that thickness. Now, listen, I am on the extreme edge. I am on the tipping point to insanity on what I think is thick. Say that a few times. What I think is thick and what other people think is thick. Okay, so I acknowledge that I am out there, but I can live with this. Okay, I've been carrying this around today in my pocket. Went to the dentist, so I got a trip to the dentist already. But I can deal with this, and I'm going to put my stuff back in it after this and carry it around for a few days and see if I can form it down and get it to fit and kind of see what it does. But anyway, the new and improved Bellroy Highline. So once again, thanks to Mari for sending this out. I'm really liking the Bellroy stuff nowadays. And that is it for now. But check it out. You know what? And check out my earlier video because it's really a crime what I did to that wallet back then. All right. Talk to you guys later.